Hello friends, today we are going to learn an improved way or method to import data. As we know, while importing data, what we do is we have a workbook, we select the columns of the worksheet, go to import wizard, select our file, desired data file, add it, click OK, make the changes for the long name and all other things, and just once we get the data, we get the data as we can see in this particular worksheet. The first column is set as X, then all other columns are set as Y. This is the way that we usually do import our data. Now, in this particular specific data, these two columns are the required data that I require for my particular plot. When I plot them, I will get this kind of a data. Why? It shouldn't be so. Why? Because the D column should be set as X and E column should be set as Y, and then only I will get the desired plot, that is the CV plot that I was desiring to get. So for this, what we do is we set this as X and then we click here and we get our desired CV plot. This we can do when we have a single data or a single worksheet to be imported. Okay, but when we have multiple worksheets to be imported, for each worksheet we have to change the designation of that particular column and also need to delete all these non or not required columns, and which is tiresome. So for that, what we need to do is we need to learn a new way to import the data, or not a new way but a improved way to import data, that is partially improved the import the data further. Here this is about the columns. Now here when I click on this particular spark line, what I can see is, as this is the CV, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 complete cycles and 2 incomplete cycles that we can see here. This particular area that we can see here is not complete or can be removed. Okay, so we need to remove this particular data before that comes from 0 to 100 points, 100 data points. Okay, and also if we go here, what we can see is this particular section of the data that goes from, as we can see here, goes from 613 is not required. So while importing, we will partially import in such a way that this particular non-required data should be removed or should not be imported into our worksheet. So for this, what we need to do is we need to have a new workbook. In this workbook, we will select the columns and go to import wizard. Here we will select our required data, add files, okay, click next. Here we won't be changing anything, and when we come here in this particular section, what we have to do is we have to set this particular column designation as X, as we can for this what we need to do is, as we can see here, right click column heading to set format and designation for individual column. So we will right click here, set the designation as X for a column and click next. Here in this particular window or wizard, what we can see is it's an option given for partial import. So what we need to do is we need to have only the 4th and 5th column. So I will click here, I will write here 4, 5, and no columns in between these two columns to be imported, to be skipped. So the skipped columns will be 0. Also, what we need to do is we need to import the data from 101 to 4612. 4612. These are the data. These are the row numbers that we need our data to be imported up to. Okay. So I will click apply, and then when I click finish, what I get is I get this kind of a data that we can see here, which is partially imported. As we can see on this particular spark lines, It is we have dropped the data from 101 to this particular point. Also, this particular section is not required. We can even remove using the same method, because it would be the half cycle that we can see here. Complete cycles are only 4. We can even remove this particular section of the data points by partially importing. And when I plot this, I can get directly our data. So in this way, we can partially import our data in using the import wizard. So thank you for watching this video, and also subscribe our channel to watch more such videos. Thank you.